Hello students, in previous lecture we have studied what is meant by communication, then elements of communication system and different types of communication. Now in today's lecture we will begin with necessity of modulation, as this modulation is the most important factor in modern electronic communication system. It contains electromagnetic waves. Now what is meant by electromagnetic waves? Instead of using wires, free space can be used for transmission of signals. The information is converted into electronic signals which radiates through space. Such signals consist of both electric and magnetic fields. These signals are called as electromagnetic waves or radio frequency waves. And student, all of you know that what is the range of radio frequency? It is 20 kHz to 20 MHz. The amplitude of electric and magnetic fields vary at a specific rate. So, the entire range of frequencies of electromagnetic waves from power line and audio signals to be infrared and visible light is called electromagnetic spectrum, and the related equation is given by F is equal to C upon lambda, where this frequency of the signal, that is frequency of electromagnetic waves, it is in hertz. C, this is a speed of electromagnetic waves, it is given by 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second, and lambda, this is a wavelength, is in meters. Okay students, and all of you know that there are different type of frequency ranges in electromagnetic spectrum. For example, extremely low frequency starting from 30 Hz to 300 Hz, voice frequency 300 Hz to 3000 Hz, very low frequencies 3 kHz to 30 kHz. As human hearing range is from 20 Hz to 20 kHz, this range includes the higher end of human hearing range. These frequencies are used for long distance point-to-point communication. For example, by the Navy to communicate with submarines. And low frequencies 30 kHz to 300 kHz, medium frequencies, high frequencies, very high frequency, ultra high frequencies, super high frequencies, and extremely high frequencies having range 30 GHz to 300 GHz, infrared and the visible spectrum light. These are the different type of frequency ranges available in modern electronic communication. So, this modern electronic communication consists of the important factor modulation. Now, let us see why this modulation is necessary. As the information signals generally occur at lower frequencies in the frequency spectrum. Such signals cannot be radiated directly. There are three main reasons for this. First one is the length of antenna, and for efficient transmission and reception, receiving and transmitting antenna should have heights about quarter wavelength of frequencies. For example, suppose if we consider here the equation lambda is equal to C by F, and all of you know that lambda is the wavelength, C is the speed of electromagnetic waves, it is given by 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second, and F is frequency, it is in hertz. Now consider if the frequency range is about audio range and F is equal to 12 kHz. So from this equation 1 will get lambda is equal to C by F, this is equal to 3 into 10 raised to 8 upon the frequency range is 12 kHz. So this is 12 into 10 raised to 3, and by solving this will get, this is about 25 km. So from this calculation will get the value of lambda is 25 km. So the height of antenna should be 1/4 or 1/2 of the wavelength. So by using this principle, we can find out the height of antenna lambda by 4, that is equal to 25 by 4, and this is about 6.25 kilometer. Students, this much height of antenna is in kilometer. It is impractical value because antenna of this height would be impractical because of this larger size and cost. So this drawback can be eliminated by modulation process. Now what is meant by modulation? High frequency carrier signal carries low frequency, that is audio frequency range signal over a long distance. Okay student? So instead of audio frequency signal, only the RF high frequency signal is used as carrier. That is, if we consider instead of audio frequency range, here the radio frequency signal, that is 1 into 10 raised to 6 means 1 megahertz. So this equation will give lambda is equal to C by F, that is equal to 3 into 10 raised to 8 upon 1 into 10 raised to 6, that is equal to 300 meter. So this height of antenna is given by quarter to the wavelength, that is lambda by 4. So 300 divided by 4 will get 75 meters. So practically it is possible. Second, poor reception. The low frequency signal cannot travel over long distance. With sufficient strength, they get attenuated or die out over long distance. So at the radio receiver end, the strength of the signal becomes weak. The voltage at antenna is very small, about nanovolt, and it is not suitable to get the desired sound level. So this is known as poor reception. So to overcome this second drawback, we have to use modulation process. Okay student? Now third one, interference. When simultaneously transmitted audio signals would interfere with one another signals or one another, since they occupy the same frequency range. Therefore, any particular station cannot be separated. Okay? So, to avoid this, each station should transmit signal on separate carrier frequency. As this is a most common problem in the direct transmission of audio signals, if more than one transmitting station in a particular city transmit these signals, they would get mixed up, and there is no such process to select one of these stations. So to avoid this, each station should transmit signals on a separate carrier frequency, and that is possible only due to the modulation process. Okay students? So to overcome these three difficulties, length of antenna, poor reception, interference, some carrier signal is required and it must be high frequency signal so that the required length of antenna is possible. Since for each station this high frequency carrier will be fixed and it will be separate than other station, so the difficulty of selection is easily solved. And third strength, high frequency will not get attenuated over long distance, so this poor reception also overcome. So the process by which information is carried by high carrier frequency or radio frequency, this is known as a modulation. Now next is modulation. So student, all of you got it, the clear idea about why this modulation is necessary because of these three drawbacks. Okay, now let us see what is meant by modulation. This modulation is the process in which any one characteristics, you can see the equation of electromagnetic waves, it is given by EC is equal to EC sine into bracket omega ct plus phi. This equation gives three characteristics where this EC is the complete carrier wave as it contains amplitude EC, then omega c is nothing but 2 pi fc, the frequency, and phi is nothing but phase. Means this modulation is nothing but the process in which any one characteristics out of these three, which frequency, amplitude or phase of high frequency sine wave, that is radio frequency, is varied In accordance with instantaneous amplitude of modulating, that is lower frequency means audio frequency signal, by keeping other characteristics constant. Students, I repeat again, this modulation is the process in which out of these three characteristics only one characteristics can be vary, either frequency, amplitude or phase, and by keeping other two characteristics constant. Okay, so this is called as a modulation. Or we can say that the information signal, this information signal means what? Audio frequency signal or lower frequency signal, which is to be superimposed on high frequency, means radio frequency signal. Okay students, I repeat again, the information signal which is to be superimposed on high frequency signal, that is carrier, by the process of modulation, and the signal is called as modulating signal. Okay student, now let us see what are the types of modulation. First type is analog modulation, second one is digital modulation. Okay, all of you have already studied in the classification of communication. Okay, in analog modulation, first is amplitude modulation. In amplitude modulation, there is a change in the amplitude of electromagnetic waves, and other two characteristics are constant. They are frequency and phase. Second is frequency modulation. In frequency modulation, there is a change in only characteristics, frequency of the carrier, and amplitude and phase are constant. Third, phase modulation. In phase modulation, there is a change in only phase, and amplitude and frequency both are constant. Now in digital modulation, first one is a PPM. PPM means pulse position modulation. Second, PWM, pulse width modulation. Third, PAM, pulse amplitude modulation. Fourth, pulse cold modulation. It is given by the word PCM. As here in analog modulation, there is a change in amplitude, frequency, phase according to the name of modulation is given here. In the same way, as there is a change in the position of the pulse, it is pulse modulation. Here change in the width, it is width modulation. As there is a change in the amplitude of the pulse, so this is a pulse amplitude modulation, and so on. Okay student, now let us see what is meant by amplitude modulation. Students, this diagram shows the amplitude modulation process. In this process, amplitude of the high frequency carrier is changes in accordance with the instantaneous value of the modulating signal. Okay students, or we can say that amplitude modulation is the process in which the amplitude of high frequency carrier. Amplitude modulation is the process in which the amplitude of high frequency carrier is varied in accordance with the instantaneous amplitude of modulating signal, by keeping frequency and phase of the carrier constant. Okay students, so in simply we can say that there is a change in only amplitude of the carrier signal at the instantaneous amplitude of the modulating signal, and frequency and phase of the carrier remains constant. So this is called as amplitude modulation. You can observe this first waveform. This is the modulating signal and having audio frequency range. Second one is the carrier signal having radio frequency range. Therefore, though this is a sine wave, you can see the compact waveforms. Okay, at last this is an amplitude modulated signal, and we call it amplitude modulation. Okay students, here Amplitude modulation is used in radio transmitters for sound signal and TV transmitter for picture or video signals. In amplitude modulation, carrier frequency remains constant during the modulation process, but amplitude changes. As increase or decrease in the amplitude of modulating signal causes an amplitude of the carrier to increase or decrease respectively. If we interconnect positive and negative peaks of the carrier waveform with an imaginary line, this is the imaginary line, exact shape of modulating signal can be recreated. This imaginary line on the carrier waveform is called the envelope. Okay students, so this figure shows variation of carrier signal with respect to time. Such signals are said to be time domain, or this signal shows actual variation of voltage over time. Time domain signal can be displayed on the screen of an cathode ray oscilloscope. Here, the radio frequency signal being modulated is the carrier, and audio frequency or video signal is modulating signal. The term this RF does not define any specific frequency band. It just means that the frequency is just enough for transmission. And this figure illustrates the process of amplitude modulation. And students, all of you remember, while drawing amplitude modulated waveform, when modulating signal, that is audio signal, is 0, there is no change in the amplitude of carrier. There is no change in the amplitude of carrier, and as it starts varying, carrier starts varying. See, this is a starts varying. Here is also variation in the amplitude of the carrier. Okay students, as you can see in the diagram, from 0 to positive peak to again this origin point, you can see the amplitude, there is a change for positive peak. Again for negative peak, here is a change. Again there is a variation alternately. Actually, audio signal is not a regular sine wave as shown in the figure. This is only for understanding. Okay students? So we can say that amplitude modulation, it is a process in which the amplitude of a high frequency carrier is varied in accordance with instantaneous amplitude of modulating signal by keeping frequency and phase constant. Now let us see mathematical equation of amplitude modulated signal. This equation gives number of spectrum present in this amplitude modulated signal. Okay students? As we know that the carrier signal is given by EC is equal to VC sin omega CT, and modulating signal is given by EM is equal to VM sin omega MT. This is equation number first and equation number second. Here phi is not present in the equation of electromagnetic wave because here phi is constant. Okay students? Now we can say that amplitude modulated signal is given by there is a change in amplitude of the carrier only. Okay student? So amplitude of carrier is VC is changes to instantaneous value of modulating signal, that is Vm sin omega mt. So we'll write the equation. Amplitude is given by A is equal to EC plus EM. Okay, but there is change in only amplitude of the carrier, so we'll write VC plus Vm sin omega m t. By taking out common, VC into bracket 1 plus Vm upon VC sin omega m t. Here Vm upon Vc is nothing but Vm upon Vc is called as modulation index. this modulation index is denoted by letter MA, and it is nothing but the ratio of amplitude of modulating signal to the amplitude of the carrier signal. Okay students? So by writing instead of this Vm upon Vc, MA will get the equation number 5 as A is equal to Vc into bracket 1 plus M, instead of this ratio here M is written, sine omega mt. This is equation number 5. Now the amplitude of this amplitude modulated signal is given by the equation EAM is equals to A sine omega ct. As this A is nothing but the amplitude and there is a change in only amplitude of the carrier signal, therefore instead of writing simple Vc, here A is written. Okay students? So now by putting the value of this A from equation 5, we'll get Vc 1 plus M sine omega mt into this sine omega ct. Now by simplifying this equation, we'll get Vc here Vc sine omega ct plus Vc MVc sine omega mt into sine omega ct. We know that the trigonometric identity sine A into sine B is equals to half into bracket cos A minus B minus cos A plus B. So by using this trigonometric identity, we'll rearrange the above equation like this. Instead of A, we'll write omega C, and instead of B, we'll write omega m. Okay students? Now, so the above equation is EAM is equals to, this first term is as it is, Vc sine omega c t plus m by 2 into Vc cos omega c minus omega m t minus m Vc by 2 cos omega m omega c plus omega m t. Okay students? So in this way, this is the equation for amplitude in amplitude modulated signal, and this equation is given as Vc sine omega ct plus mvc by 2 cos omega c minus omega mt minus mvc by 2 cos omega c plus omega mt. Means we can say that this amplitude modulated signal consists of 3 side bands. This is carrier signals, then this is lower side band, and this is upper side band. So we can say that amplitude modulated signal consists of carrier, LSB and USB. Means lower side band as LSB. Okay students? So this is carrier signal having frequency omega c. This is LSB lower side band having frequency omega c minus omega m, and this is USB means upper side band having frequency omega c plus omega m. Okay students? In this way, today we have derived the equation, mathematical equation for amplitude modulated signal, and by using this equation we can implement amplitude modulated spectrum. This amplitude modulated spectrum is given in terms of upper side band, that is FC plus FM frequency, and amplitude is about MVC by 2. Then this is a lower side band having frequency FC minus FM, or we can write it is omega C minus omega M, and the original signal is nothing but carrier signal and having frequency omega C, or sometimes it is represented with the letter FC. Okay students, thus we can say that amplitude modulated signal consists of carrier signal, it is shown here having amplitude Vc, then upper side band here having frequency omega C plus omega M, or sometimes it is represented Fc plus Fm, then lower side band having frequency Fc plus Fm. Okay students, and we can say that the bandwidth it is represented here, and the frequency range for upper side band it is from this point to this maximum point, while the frequency range for lower side band is given here, and by adding this upper side band and lower side band we'll get the bandwidth of this frequency range, or simply so bandwidth is nothing but band of frequencies. Okay students, so in this way today we have finished amplitude modulation and necessity of modulation. Okay students, in next lecture we'll see significance of modulation index in amplitude modulation and drawbacks of amplitude modulation. Okay students, now this is time for assignment. Assignment number 2, chapter 5th, paper 1. Question first, what is mean by modulation? Why modulation is necessary? This question carries 5 marks. Question number 2, define amplitude modulation. Derive mathematical expression for amplitude of modulated signal with need diagram. This question carries 5 marks. Students, all of you send me answer sheet in PDF format. All the assignments are compulsory. Okay? So, this is enough for today's lecture. In next lecture, we'll see more about amplitude modulation. Okay, students? Thank you.